Welcome back to the channel, where today we're back working on my 59 Chevy Viking with a Cummins in it. So in the last video you saw we have the cab sitting on the frame, not mounted, but it's sitting where it needs to be. It's blocked up, it's perfectly centered, it's perfectly straight, all the things. It's in the right spot now. Hung a fender, made sure the wheel lines up in the fender well, we're good there. Made sure we have some clearance on the firewall. It is a little tight, but it's good. It's gonna sit there. I like the way it's sitting, I like where it's at. So now, the next thing is I'm going to get the other fender and throw it on here so we can potentially put the rad support in and kind of see where it all lines up. I have a feeling frame rails are going to be in the way. They'll definitely be in the way for the grill because that needs to come directly into the side of the frame rail, but I want to get something in the middle here to set the distance between the fenders, and then I can see how much room I'm going to be working with in front of the engine for my rad, condenser, intercooler, all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do first actually is pull, either try to get the whole fan off or just get the blades off of the clutch. Either way, I just need the blades out of the way because this top piece that comes in here runs directly into the fan blades. So obviously I can't run this fan, we'll have to figure something out, maybe a slim electric or a dual electric setup. But either way, this fan doesn't work for me, so I'll pull that off and then we'll probably throw this fender on and just see if we can kind of fit some things a little bit. So I have the other fender hung. Now off camera I went and I put in this header panel piece and then I also hung the rad support. I tried getting the fan clutch off. I have a crescent wrench and it's too tight for that, so I'll have to get the actual right size wrench so I can get the fan clutch off because this rad support is actually running into the fan. I can't get it to swing under far enough. But that just goes to show you how tight it really is up front here. I think I'm pretty much gonna have to run an electric fan because it's so tight, and then even then to try and fit everything behind the grill, it's gonna be really tight, very difficult. And I'm not sure how much of this rad support I'll actually end up keeping. I might have to gut most of the middle of it just to make room for other things. Not to mention these mounts down here don't look like they're very easy to make. This one actually looks pretty good. Like my mount is right here, so it'll just be a mount right here with a bushing. But on this side, once this rad support actually swings into the right spot, we're pretty much right on top of this steering box bracket, which is very, very inconvenient. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about working with that, but we'll figure something out. But yeah, the next step, I'm gonna take some pictures of these so I can kind of brainstorm what I'm gonna do about that. And then I'm gonna pull all this back apart, pull this front end out, the fenders off, so that I'm just down to the cab on the frame again. And then measure again, make sure everything's still in the right spot, exactly where I want it. Then I can start kind of figuring out how I want to make the mounts for the cab and get that actually mounted 100%. right, so we have the whole front end torn off, back down to just the plain cab sitting on the frame. Did a lot of measuring to make sure I have the cab in the right spot right now. It's set on jack stands in the front so that I know the height is the same side to side. Same in the back, we got that wood under the cab. It's all sitting in the right spot. I like where it's sitting. So then we came over here, did a little bit of fab work here. We got some 2x2 tubing and I welded sleeves in a couple spots so I can run bolts all the way through them. So welded those up. Once this is on the cab, I'll show you, and it'll make a lot more sense once I have this in place. Now this is probably going to be pretty tough to show, but so here we are under the cab, side of the Dodge frame rail right here. We have the front cab mount off of the Dodge, and then if we come back here, this is the middle cab mount that was on the Dodge there, and it lines up right about here on the door. So what we're doing here, just running square tubing across the two cab mounts, bolt them down, welded those sleeves in like I showed. So those will be bolted directly to the cab mounts. These will be my bushings. The Dodge bushings are the bushings that I'm using for this cab. Then I did have to cut a piece out here. It went, oh, it's so tough to show, right up here, and then it came diagonal down right to here, and it just kind of supported this corner here. But since I have this tubing in here now, I can just build brackets off of the tubing onto here and then up onto the floor to support it there. So that's not an issue. But yeah, then the front actually lines up exactly right on. The 59 cab mount bolt is right above this, so it'll just be a matter of drilling holes through this tubing and then coming down and bolting the cab to the tubing, and then the tubing is bolted to these cab mounts. Then when we come in the back, it gets a little bit more difficult, but we have it, it runs all the way to the very back of the cab corner here. Then we'll come up, here's where the tubing comes up. Then we'll have to run another cross member of tubing from the top of this straight across that way, and then the cab will be bolted right in here where my factory cab bolt goes. It'll be bolted from the tubing to the cab mount. So I'll basically have like kind of a three-way or a three-sided cross member subframe thing for my cab, built out of 2x2 tubing that runs up both sides, attaches to both cab mounts, and then runs across the back for a cross member for the cab to bolt into. So that was the best way I could think of doing it, rather than trying to fabricate. Like, I still had to make some sort of a cross member for the back here anyway. So rather than trying to bolt or weld new cab mounts to the frame and make sure everything's square and straight, this is the way easier way of doing it, in my opinion, because I know the Dodge mounts are already straight, they're already in the right spot, and they're already solid. I don't have to do any structural welding or anything like that. Like, I know everything's flat, I know everything's straight. Just put the tubing across and it'll end up in the same spot. So I feel a lot better about that. We're gonna go ahead, probably start on building this same tube that I just made, do it again for the other side, get it set in place, probably bolt the tube to the cab mounts, make sure the cab is centered, and then I can probably try and pull these blocks out of the back here and start figuring out a rear cross member here. So I know it didn't look like it on camera there, but this was quite a few hours of measuring and fitting and measuring again and trying to make sure this cab is exactly where I need it to be. So those two cross members, if you want to call them, that run vertically or run parallel to the frame rail, those two are under there. They're sitting on the Dodge cab mounts like I showed. And then they end up coming out right back here. You can see this is the end of the one, and then the other one's right over there. So they come almost to the back of the cab, right to where I have this cross member that I just put in now. This is the same 2x2 square tubing. It just sits on top of these two bars, and then it bolts to the factory cab mounts under here. These aren't staying. I don't have the right size bolts to go from this into here. So this is the factory bolt that held this body to its original frame. This bushing isn't gonna be here anymore. It'll be solid bolted tubing to cab. I might have a small rubber shim in here, just a little bit of an isolation kind of bushing idea, but this will be gone. But yeah, as it sits, this crossmember actually works pretty good. It clears the drive shaft, lots of room there. And I think this is probably the easiest way of doing it, rather than trying to make one individual mount that sat over top of the frame rail and then trying to fit a bolt. Somehow you fit a bolt between the top of the frame rail and the bottom of the cab. It wasn't gonna work. So as it is right now, you basically bolt this three-sided frame to the bottom of the cab, then you would set the cab down on the frame and then bolt it on the 4 Dodge bushings. So that's kind of the way I have this all set up. I don't have the front holes drilled yet into those tubes, but I put the front fender back on just to make sure my wheel spacing was correct, which it is. And again, making sure I have enough room over behind the exhaust manifold to the firewall. So everything's looking good. The only thing left is to drill those holes, and then I'll have to take the cab off so I can actually get this tubing frame out so I can actually final weld it. As you saw, I only have like 3 or 4 tack welds on each of those corners because I just can't get in there with the welder to do anymore. So I'll have to pull it out, do the final welding, clean it all up. I'll cap off the ends of the tubes, and then I need to make brackets again because there was a brace that ran from this cross member down to here that I had to cut out to run those tubes in here. So I'll have to make a bracket off of the tube down to here and then up to here to the seat mount to re-strengthen what I cut out. Cab off here, you can see this frame that we just built. Now you can actually kind of understand what exactly I've just been building here. So with the factory Dodge cab mounts there and there, and on the other side obviously, so you have your tubing runs across directly down the center, bolts into those 2 bushings exactly the same way the original cab would. So we have those. This ends up, it lines up right where the front 59 mount is supposed to go. So this bolts to this cab mount, and then we have the bolt for the actual cab going into this tubing right here. So there's your front mount. Then you come across, we do a cross member across the back between the 2 of these, and then your factory mount ends up right here, and you come in through the bottom right on top of this frame rail here. So now hopefully it kind of makes a little more sense. I really wanted to keep the factory cab mounts on this frame because I really just didn't want to weld to the frame. It just makes me feel a little bit better knowing that I'm utilizing a factory mount and factory bushing rather than trying to custom fab up my own, and I'm not gonna say I'm the best welder out there, so to weld new cab mounts onto this frame, I wasn't 100% confident in my ability to do that. So this though, I like the way this is. I mean, it's fully supported by this tubing. I'm fully confident in the way I have this set up now. So I will end up buying new cab bushings, all 4 of them. These ones are pretty rough, so I'll get new bushings, so then it'll be sitting in the right way. I think we're ready to put the cab back on this. I just had to pull this off so I could drill these holes in the front here. So I think I'm gonna put the cab back on 100%. I'll bolt this frame to the bushings, like 100%, and then I'll bolt the cab to the tubing. And then we'll just do final measurements, make sure everything is in the exact right spot that I want it to be. And then that'll be that. We'll be done with the cab bushings and we can move ahead to getting the front end sorted out up there. Have it. The cab is now officially mounted on the frame. I have all 4 cab bolts going into that tubing frame, and then I have all 4 bushing bolts holding the framing to the chassis. So it's 100% on there. I centered it up. Everything's still sitting exactly where it is supposed to be. So in the next video, you'll see us probably hanging the front end and then trying to figure out rad support mounts and figuring out clearance up there. It's going to be a little tricky, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Comment down below if you're excited, like the video. Every like and subscriber helps a ton. So if you could help me out, hit those buttons, that'd be great. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok. We have early updates on there. With all that being said though, see you guys in the next one.